If you're serious about hitting the Travis Scott Jordan 1 medium hollows for retail, these exact steps are what you need to follow. If you skip them, your chances are going to be low. Before we get started, 100 person that likes, comments, and subscribes has a chance to get a $15 cash out from me. These are set to release on Saturday, September 28th for a $150 retail price. TravisScott.com will be the first place to drop these. This typically happens 1 to 2 days prior to the official release date on Saturday, September 28th. Following the Jumpman Jack release, we know the Travis Scott team likes to lead us on. Expect the exact same thing to happen with these. When entering on this website, you will be given a form that looks like the one on screen right now. When filling this out, you need to follow these exact steps. And yes, time is limited, so make sure you know what you're doing. On the form, you need to keep your email address, phone number, actual addresses, and IPs all unique. What I mean by this, make sure that none of the information is the exact same. This is one of the easiest ways they can filter you out. And when they filter you out, that means your chances of hitting are 0. Now, if you're wondering, how can I get multiple addresses, IPs? That makes no sense. There's actually a super simple solution. Ask your friends and family. What they will need to do is fill out their actual information. Just tell them you're gonna pay them back and make sure that they're on a different IP address than you. This can be done simply by having their phone on LTE. Don't share the exact same Wi-Fi. And make sure you do the same for every single device that you're filling this form out on. Once you or they fill out the form, you need to be paying attention. Typically, the raffles only open between 30 to 60 minutes, and then they pick winners within an hour after the release. And winners only have 30 minutes to check out if they were actually selected. You will know if you're selected if you get an email like the one on the screen or the text message. This is great because you won't miss it. It's very important that you always check your spam folders as well, because sometimes, unfortunately, these do end up there. Now, when you actually go to check out, they are not kidding when it says check out within 30 minutes. We've seen it where people actually get invoices and they wait too long and the actual shoe is sold out. The last thing you want to do is miss out on that checkout time because they are actually strict with it. Now, when you go to check out, make sure that your billing information is matching what you actually put on the form that you fill out. So whoever's account that hit, whether that be your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever filled it out for you, make sure you're using their billing information. Just pay them back afterwards. This will increase the chances to make sure that it doesn't get canceled from their team. Now, if you are somebody that doesn't have multiple people that can go for them, you can adjust your addresses. Just make sure you have multiple phone numbers, email addresses, and IPs. Now, this can be a little tricky to set them up correctly. Now, once again, this form goes live at random timing. Within the Jumpman Jacks, we literally waited for like 2 to 3 weeks at a time. It's very important that you watch for updates within their Discord server, or if you don't have hours of your time to waste going for this Travis Scott, I will send you a text within Kicked. If you want on this SMS text form, don't worry, I will link it down below. This is gonna save you hours of your time. A lot of people will be working when these go down, and they don't wanna waste their valuable time waiting at work, refreshing their page over and over and over again. That's why we do send this text message when it's live. Now, this gets announced within their Discord server. Their team really likes to hype the drop up. That's how we get led on, and that's where we're always seeing the updates. If you need a link to get in there, let me know down below. Side note, if you do decide to purchase merch on their website, no, it doesn't increase your chances, and expect to wait 6 months to actually have it show up at your door. Local and online retailers will get these. It is very important that you enter every single raffle that you possibly see on these. Stores like Kith, Undefeated, Alma should all load up online raffles here soon. Personally, for me, I hit on Undefeated when they did the EQL raffle for the last all of Travis Scott's. Ever since then, I enter every single EQL, even though it is a tedious task, but it's worth it, I'm telling you. A lot of online retailers will be having these. If you're worried about missing out on important raffles, don't worry, we got you covered down below within Kicked. Foot Locker may end up having these as well, but there's only one store that actually gets them. That'll be the Jumpman store on 620 South Broadway Street. You can actually switch up your zip code within the app if you can make the drive or the fly over and actually get these. This is not a GR release, so places like JD Sports, Finish Line, Hibbett, DSG won't be getting these. A lot of people ask me that question, so I wanted to clarify that. These will load as a Dan draw on sneakers. Once again, these are set to release on September 28th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. A Dan draw gives you 10 minutes to actually enter the release. Now, these have yet to load on sneakers backend. We've been watching daily just in case things are changing because, you know, the Travis Scott team likes to play a lot. One thing that has loaded early, though, is the stock numbers. They are way less than 150,000 pairs claimed on social media. Just know that. If you do plan to wear this pair, keep in mind it's a men's shoe and it's an OG Jordan 1 low. OG Jordan 1 lows always run big. I have to half size down minimum when it comes to buying these, but I have a very narrow foot. Now let's cover what makes this shoe cool or not, aka the Aftermarket. So currently overall, these are sitting at $600 on the Aftermarket. For my size alone, you're looking at about 616 bucks. Some people want to know what happened. They were just at $1,400 on StockX. Don't trust that number. It's early. It's always a fake number. People think, oh, it crashes before it ever drops. No, because those early numbers you see, they're literally just fake. Now, why have they started coming down? Well, retailers and the Travis Scott team are already starting to offload pairs onto StockX to make that easy bread. I could see my sizes coming down to $500 to $550, then maybe go a little bit lower, level out, and then start going back up. Now you may be wondering, why do I think they're gonna go back up in price? Well, if we go look at any other Travis Scott that has released to date, they do nothing but go up. One of our prime examples are the Phantom Lows. A size 10 and 9.5, they're all at $1,000, but if you throw it back and you can see what happens, these were at $600, some even went low as $588. And over time, they've done nothing but rise and rise and rise, and now it's $1,000 shoe. Same with right here, the Canaries. Canaries, we have seen their lowest, right? We had a low, and now it's starting to level out. The lowest thing we saw was like $390, $379, and now look, it's starting to go back up. I expect these to do pretty well, just like the last olives that we ended up having. These went down for a while. I held on to mine for long enough, and then I made a great sale because once again, I hit these for retail on an EQL raffle. I do expect these to do better than the Canaries because they're more wearable. This was the last one. It was a women's shoe. Don't forget the one that we're buying now is a men's pair, but look at the graph. We had the crazy high numbers. The drop happened. They came down all the way to 766 and then started going right back up. And some of these sizes on the olives were even lower than that, but once again, they've rose up over time. I expect the new olives to do pretty good. Maybe not as good as the first pair because of the second pair of olives that we're getting, but the olive colorway with the color blocking that they have going on is super wearable. And believe it or not, wearability does play a massive factor in the aftermarket. So overall, these are gonna make you easy money no matter what. Remember, retail is $150. You are literally doubling, tripling, quadrupling your money depending on when you decide to sell these. And remember, don't get lazy on this drop. This is still a Travis Scott. No matter what the resale value is, there are going to be a lot of people going for these. Like I mentioned, there's not as much stock as everybody on the internet thinks there are. With that being said, that demand is going to be way more than the supply that we actually have. It is not 150,000 pairs, and there's going to be millions of people going for these on both the Travis Scott website and sneakers. So you can't be lazy. That's why I say enter all the raffles as possible. Once again, I didn't even hit on sneakers for the last one. I actually hit because I entered undefeated with EQL. I've mentioned that 3 or 4 times in the video because I want to highlight the importance of actually entering all the raffles that I've been talking about. Now, yes, it does take time out of your day to enter these raffles, but it's literally just a couple clicks, especially if an EQL account. Most of these are going to make you have an EQL account anyways, so you might as well go and create one. And I'm hoping that you do enter all these raffles so you can get your first pair of Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows for retail. Now let me know, are you going for this pair for personal or are you just looking to buy and resell for the easy money? If you need one-on-one support, full guides, stock numbers, and of course the SMS text, don't worry, Kicked has you covered. I have the link down below. We look forward to having you on the team. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Those of you that have been showing love on Nice and Bright, it does mean the world to me. For those of you that don't know, I actually did start my own coffee company. That's why I have a sign back here. This was actually Project X for the longest time. So everyone that's showed support this far, I love you all for real. This community is the best thing ever. Once again, one in a like, one in a comment. You must be subscribed to the channel, of course. We'll have a chance of getting a $15 cash app from me. You guys show love to me every single day, so I want to show love back. Hope this video has helped out, and that's it for me. I'm out of here. Peace.